Third thing, I promise 5 things I'll be discussing. The third thing is waterfall methodology or conventional methodology for developing an app and or versus agile development process. Let me, these terms are very difficult for you to understand. Let me share a quick slide where I can explain you that what is this agile methodology and all these things. I will share my screen so that you can know what I'm talking about. Okay. So development methodology, if you talk about, then you can find a agile method or you can have a waterfall method. So these are the 6 factors I'll be discussing. First factor will be customer availability. Second factor will be scope or the features required in your app. Feature prioritization means you will prioritize the feature, everything, the damn thing I need in my app. Team, funding, how much resources, and summary, a conclusion. So what agile approach says that we follow, and wherever I am consultant, I follow agile method. But many people, they follow waterfall method, the plan-driven method, and which is most time be disastrous. So let me explain you what I mean. The customer availability or the factors which influences all the development method like agile method or waterfall method. Let us understand this. Prefers customer available throughout the project. In agile method, you have seen, whoever knows me, whenever we execute any project, we involve customer from the conception phase till testing phase everywhere. That gives you the edge where customers' brain can be mapped to the agile process. But whereas plan-driven means a robot approach. Okay, this thing will be done. They will just discuss once with the customer, then they will do it. They don't care about customer likes that UI UX or he has something else in mind. During this process, he has changed his mind. No, you don't care about it. Requires customer involvement only at milestone. Milestone means delivery or initial discussion, maybe 3-4 times. That's all. So agile method is that I prefer personally, and this is the comment which I'll come across. Customer involvement reduces risk in their model, isn't it? If customer involved in every phase, and that model which you are working also is for customer, then how do you think a plan-driven approach, a waterfall approach, will be successful? Never. It will be disastrous. The first thing which my third method says that waterfall versus agile method, this separates you from the rest of the market competition. Second point where I would like to pinpoint is scope of the project or features which they need. Welcomes changes. Agile method welcomes changes, but changes come at a cost, at the expense of cost, schedule, time will be more required. Other features works well when scope is not known in advance. He has not discussed. So you'll say, they will call you, Mr. Pramit, I want to add this feature to my profile. Wow, fantastic, we'll do it. So it will come with a cost. That is what we do. Each thing customer changes, agile method says, we'll be charging this much extra because this was not discussed. Yeah, fantastic, that's great. So that is how the agile method works. But in case of plan, works well when the scope is known in advance. You are futuristic and discuss this I require. That's all. And what is the comment? Change is really so we should prefer adaptability where possible. And contract terms sometimes restricted. So basically, the waterfall method is a contract business. Only will be doing this. That's all. Will not listen to you in between. No. Why? Because they are not capable for agility. If certain changes will happen, maybe in-house they are not capable, right? Then features prioritization. The third thing in the agile method we'll see, which I always advocate. My advocacy come with agile method. So prioritization by value ensures the most valuable features are implemented first. Valuable. This customer will like that feature. It brings ROI in terms of the business. That will deploy fast in agile method. Agile method never entertain just a feature which you dreamt of, and thus reducing the risk of having an unusable product. And once funding runs out, also you are not using crap features and something which is really not worth implementing it. And funding efficiency is maximized because you get the maximum ROI, decreases risk of complete failure by allowing partial success because you prioritize the important features. But what about the waterfall method, which most of the companies they prefer? Because of that, the apps are cheaper, crappy. Do everything we agreed on. Whatever we agreed, we'll do. They will not put their brains. Because I said email based verification, they will not put their brains for OTP verification. This approach will lead to disaster. Gets everything they have asked your client, all or nothing, no risk as far as the developer is concerned, but all the risk is on the side of your client. So this whole project may fail. What is that risk? Very high. That is the waterfall risk. My comments: contract terms may not permit partial success and may require to do everything. Whatever is documented, we have to do everything because you said that. Because 3 months back you said that, and later on you come across the new changes, then you say no, I'll be not interested because our contract says these are the things we have to do. And these 3 points we discussed, which are mostly about the agile method, which I advocate. And most market they goes with this. Because of that, the crap all apps will be developed because of this. So team, if you talk about the team, this is the agile method, this is the waterfall method. Agile method says prefer smaller dedicated team with a high degree of coordination and synchronization. The coordination you can expect more because we are customer centric. Whereas in waterfall method, which most of the market they prefer, that team coordination, synchronization is limited to head of points, whatever they discuss only with that. So what is the comment here is teams like this that works together works better. But when contracts are issued to different vendors for different aspects of the project, high degrees of synchronization may not work. So synchronization failure is detrimental. So because of that, the agile method plays a critical role in that. And as far as funding is concerned, or the project cost is concerned, because today our central topic is cost, works extremely well with the time and materials or the resources which you use, or other non-fixed funding may increase stress in fixed price scenario. If there is a budget issue, definitely agile method may not work well because timely, as and when customer discusses, you will end up with something which is he cannot afford it. But whereas the waterfall method reduces the risk in farm fixed price contract by getting agreement upfront, that we say that okay, your app will be built in 2 lakh rupees. That already we agreed. So during the process, you even do not expect the best out of the app, but you do that in your budget. So really, if you are serious in your business, definitely keep some good amount of budget and go for an agile method. Otherwise, you are not serious. And comment here is fixed price is tough when scope is not known, right? And in advance. But many government contracts require it because they define the scope very clearly and they do research maybe for 2-3 months and they have a clarity and then they deliver. And in those kind of scenario, the waterfall method is good because a government body, they expect you to bid their contracts, or maybe you go for your bidding or you apply your tender. So there, definitely the agile method will not work. You cannot expect the government bodies and say that, okay, this we discussed and this new feature will do. So will you be paying me this much extra? No. And first, last but not the least, the summary. Agile is better where it is visible. And plan-driven may reduce risk in the face of certain constraint, maybe in case of a vendor or exact requirement or the government bodies, etc. So the final comments is, though educating our customer about the strength and weakness of each model, we hope to steer them towards a more agile approach. This may require changes to how our customers, particularly the government, approaches software development project. So maybe it is very clear that in case of a government bodies or something, definitely this particular agile method is suitable. But as far as the whole process is concerned, agile method is good for private bodies, for the business owners, but not always for any other thing. So this is about your waterfall versus this method. Let us talk about the fourth method, or the fourth important point, which determines the project cost: fixed fee versus time and material cost. You go for a fixed fee versus time and material cost. This is the approach exactly. So customer get confused with a fixed budget versus time and material cost. So for quality, we need more time and more material. Material means here resources. Advanced developer, advanced resource pool, advanced consultancy. So there are two factors people get confused: fixed fee, fixed budget versus time and material. Here material means the resource pool, talent, developers, managers, testers, backend developer, front-end developers. In a waterfall structure, this is the extended part of the third method. In a waterfall structure, you can often set up a fixed fee because you know with a plan, these all features I'm going to develop. For the work, you develop a fixed fee for the work. You spend X amount on design and documentation and can spend a fixed fee to develop your app, and that is basically Y amount. However, it is inevitable that you are going to want to change something. No, it will not work in that way. Your developer will charge you extra for any new work or changes you want to be done by them, are basically very fundamentals. You cannot add same rate for all type of work. Different type of billing system can be attached for an advanced function like a geofencing. You cannot expect with maybe 5,000 rupees or maybe $100. You cannot. So how much is the original contract versus the cost with work orders need to be decided. These are all the questions you need to ask to your client. And how many developers are required for your project before placing the order? Also, client need to have a clarity. The best developers typically prefer to work in agile. The quality and the caliber of developers who work in a fixed fee structure can sometimes be compromised. Quality can be compromised. And in an agile or interactive structure where day in and day out you interact with your client and you can be billed for the amount of work, effort which you have performed. The firm will provide you an estimate of the rate that will be billed to you. If billed hourly, check to see if they have time tracking software and if you have access to review it. And if it comes with an invoice dispute later, see if there is a process in place to handle the situation. What is the current legal code of conduct, maybe Company Act, maybe IT Act talks about, so that you will be in a legal framework, so that you are in the safe hand. While a fixed fee structure may seem like it limits your risk the most, I would suggest caution. The customer need to be careful here. This is very often not the case. Your locked in price can be deceiving when you account for the total cost, including future work order and longer time to market, right? All the features which you agreed, but time which you require maybe double or triple, then you cannot do or you cannot work in this competitive market. The ultimate goal is to get a great product that will accomplish your business objective. That is what you need to understand. Remember, the best developers typically prefer to work in agile. The quality and the caliber of developers who work in a fixed fee structure can sometimes be compromised. This is what nobody dare to discuss. And finally, last point is the estimate creation. Based on all these factors, we'll create the estimation. The last factor or the fifth factor can have a very large impact on your app's development cost. What is the process of estimate creation? How do you estimate? Just randomly you create, or there is something, a framework? The right app developer won't be cheap. Don't expect a high quality, right quality app developer to be available in your door with a cheap price. But it will be worth the cost, paying them the price. Things you want to know includes who made the estimate. Does that person have a thorough understanding of what you are trying to make? Have you talked to that person? Have they worked on similar app or used similar technology before? If the technologies are foreign to them, it is easy for them to misestimate the time or cost required. Consider how actual costs have compared to initial estimates historically, so you can better avoid any misestimation. Misestimation means wrong type of project cost, which you are without a breakup giving it. How much you charge per MC, blah, blah, everything. To be safe, assume your developer who will go 25 to 30% over budget. I hate to say it, but that is the state of the industry. Always they charge 30% more than that. Like client is a fool, they cannot know it. But how many customers are going with the agile? In India, I'm working very rigorously last 21 years in IT industry, and typically last 8 years dedicated over 400 plus apps. I found one thing. Clients expect anything. They can expect anything at any price. How do they expect? I don't know, but they are not educated. Educated guy cannot ask this sorts of thing, and they cannot expect which is not real. Paying close attention to the above 5 factors which I have discussed will help you to get a better idea of what your app development budget should look like. You want to assess all your potential development partners based on these 5 factors. And some will score better in one area than other. Finally, remember just my final word that the sticker price or the quote price can be misleading, especially when the cheaper low-end development partners are with you. The right app development partner won't be cheap, but it will be worth investing or whatever the money you pay them. Thank you. And if any questions, please let me know.